All right, let's pivot over to the NFC. Tampa Bay Buccaneers, always entertaining Bruce Arians, this constant sense of tension as it relates to him and Tom Brady, even though he tries to act like there isn't any. Here's Arians on making halftime adjustments necessary to eradicate a 17-point deficit that they faced against the Falcons on Sunday.
There's not a heck of a lot you do at halftime, but you can make those subtle corrections quickly and get everything done. There are times when, you go into halftime, guys are just hollering and pissed off, and there was part of it in this one. And so it was really, really happy the way we made those adjustments offensively and eventually defensively.
Yeah, there was something else he said yesterday about the struggles early in the game. Is it an issue with the scripting of the plays? And he said it's not the scripting of the plays, it's the execution. The latest little dart, little knife, little jab at Tom Brady and the rest of the offense. Nothing wrong with the coaching, nothing wrong with the plays, nothing wrong with the selection of plays. The struggles we're having comes down to the execution of the plays, i.e. it's the players, not the coaches. And that do you sense that's the issue? Is it the players, or is it still the question of whether they're using the players the right way?
No, I don't look at it. Again, it's not a perfect game. The first half of the football game, yeah, they were a little off. There's no doubt. The Falcons were getting good pressure on Brady and company. Brady. He felt a little uncomfortable. The one thing, if there's a negative with Brady right now, is when he's under pressure, he does some crazy things with the football. Missed a few wide open, a few open receivers. Running back missed a pass protection one play where he should have picked somebody up on a blitz and just let him go. Few mistakes like that. But the big thing to this is they did adjust in the halftime, but like subtle to kind of what Bruce Arians said. And first thing that has to be said, Mike, and no joke, Tom Brady throwing the football the other day on Sunday was unreal. I mean, it was unreal. It was very, very special. His arm at 43 is still so freaking good. It's unbelievable. He never gets credit for how good and gifted his arm is because he's a tall, big hand, long arm guy, and he could throw the ball 105 miles per hour, and it looks like he's only using like 70% effort. But I was amazed with how well he threw the football. And really the big adjustments they made, Mike, and it's all about Brady comfort. It's all about Brady comfort. And we've talked about this a lot. All their big pass plays are extra people in for pass protection. And really, that's what they did in the second half. Few of the drop-back pass game, they just said, let's get the ball out of our hand quickly if we're going to drop back pass because we're having a hard time with the speed of this Atlanta front. They did play-action passes, and in the first half where they did play-action passes, and then he'd get back there and wait for something to develop. In the second half, it was a little bit more of, hey, play-action pass, come up. Hey, it's a shorter, route here. Boom, hit it. And then when they wanted to take their shots downfield, like the bomb to AB, which was a perfectly thrown 50-yard laser that was 9 feet off the ground, they kept Gronkowski in the block. They got 6 blockers. Brady's comfortable. And when Brady's comfortable, he's still got a laser. And that, to me, was the big thing of the game. But I'm still not giving hope up on this Buccaneers football team. I mean, I still wouldn't be shocked if we were sitting here NFC Championship game Sunday and we're going, Tom Brady and the Bucs are playing blah, blah, blah. I just think there's still a lot of positives about this team.
I agree with you completely. This is a guy that has played, I think it was 2 full seasons minimum of playoff games, at least 32 playoff games as of a couple of years ago.
Yeah, right.
He's got a ton of experience with the season riding on the outcome of the game. And there are other guys in that locker room who have playoff experience, and there are veteran players who may not have playoff experience per se, but Shaquille Barrett, who was with the Broncos when they won Super Bowl 50, he said guys like Levante David, even though they've never played in a playoff game, they get it, they understand it, they know what it takes to commence the process of improving every week as you get closer and closer to the postseason, and they recognize what is coming, and I think having a guy like Brady around has a tremendous value. I just think at a certain point, the coaching staff just needs to get out of the way and let it happen. I just feel like, if anything, they're getting in the way of Tom Brady being Tom Brady.
It's definitely a little weird at times. There's no doubt. I mean, I don't know what to say either. You're right. I mean, it's just, I think they finally have figured it out, though. I do. Just the last few weeks, I think they're very close to really putting it together the right way. Like even though the first half of the game this past Sunday wasn't good, it wasn't like some of the other first halves where I've gone, why are we in the shotgun and throwing the ball every play? Like, what is going on? It wasn't far off. Like I said, it was just like, to Bruce Arians' point, they just didn't execute quite as well as they would have liked. Atlanta did some things to them, I think, that caught them off guard. And then once they settled in, okay, they started whooping butt and were like an unstoppable locomotive there. But I do think even the first half struggle to me was encouraging because at least the approach I felt like was the right way as compared to those other weeks where you're going, wait, we're going to drop back 50 times with Brady at 43 years old and you think he's going to carry the team? That's not realistic. This is better. They're close, Mike.
Saturday, he returns to Michigan for likely the last time of his career to face the Lions. That one should be a win for the Buccaneers as they continue their march toward the postseason. Then the Falcons come to town for Week 17. They should finish 11-5. I don't know what seed that's going to get them. Most likely 5, which means they'll go to Washington,
right,
or New York, or Dallas, or Philly. All 4 of those teams still alive for the NFC East crown and the home playoff game that goes with it.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.